Rosenfeld and more.
This is breaking news from News Center 16.
Good evening, I'm Terry McFadden, and we are following breaking news in St. Joseph, Michigan this afternoon, a shooting at the Berrien County Courthouse.
I'm Maureen McFadden. The details are still coming in, but here is what we know right now. Police confirm 3 people are dead. Berrien County Sheriff Paul Bailey tells me the scene is now secure, but he would not confirm how many people. He's learned that 3 are confirmed dead. And that's Boyce from the Berrien County News, and here's his news conference.
We might as well wait for them then.
Yeah, they were just right over at the next corner.
Okay, take a break, folks.
To come in, but Terry, you can tell them a little bit more about when the shooting happened.
If we wait long enough, the sheriff will return.
Well, it happened about, we're told, 2:20 on the 3rd floor of the Berrien County Courthouse, outside the courtroom of Judge Charles Lasada, who used to be the mayor of St. Joe.
Right.
And the information we're getting here is from an eyewitness who talked to our reporting partner, WSJM Radio in St. Joe. A gentleman named Mark Lockus of St. Joe. He was outside the courtroom with Chuck Lasada. They had a gentleman in there in his jail greens and handcuffs, assuming an inmate. Lockus told WSJM one of the sheriff's bailiffs took him into the hallway, and you heard a scuffle. He heard someone hit the floor, and then the courtroom bailiff went into that room, and you heard a gunshot. Now, we have been told by Sheriff Paul Bailey that the situation is under control. The courthouse is secure, and again, we are awaiting this news conference to give more details about what has been reported, but there are 3 dead, we are told.
There are 3 dead, and we were in the newsroom. We heard this on the scanners, of course, and we cannot report scanner traffic. We have to wait for confirmation. So we've done that, but we have just confirmed that 3 people are dead from a shooting on the 3rd floor of the St. Joseph County Courthouse,
and
the Berrien County Courthouse.
Yes, and I believe NBC News is reporting, and again, they're reporting that one of the dead is the suspect who grabbed the gun, and perhaps 2 bailiffs in the courtroom. That is from NBC News, perhaps our Wood affiliate up there.
Right, and all we can assume is that somehow this person in his jail greens probably got a hold of one of the officers' guns, and now we have 3 people dead, sadly, and what has become, it seems like, I've just been told, okay. We've just heard that both the Michigan State Police and Captain Boyce from Berrien County, Robert Boyce, will be leading this news conference as soon as we get to it.
Right, and we have multiple crews in St. Joe gathering more information on this. We get obviously a very hectic day, and let's go now to Robert Boyce of the Berrien County Sheriff's Department.
Yeah, it looks like they're getting ready to start, but again, we thought they were going to start about 4 or 5 minutes ago, too. Obviously, they have a lot to process. Sounds like they've lost people that they probably knew quite well, if they are indeed the bailiffs.
Yeah, and we want to, I believe we are going to start now. Here's Robert Boyce.
Yeah, I know. I'm running out of pockets.
Not ready. He's getting mic'd up by another member of the media. Again, you had stations from Kalamazoo, Grand Rapids, obviously South Bend, and we can assume that the Chicago stations might be on the way over, as well as Indianapolis, and probably as far north as Detroit.
Plenty of
coming
and
down.
Thanks for
we
relieving
can also
me of this.
surmise that we're going to be seeing this on NBC Nightly News tonight.
Yep.
Just, it seems like daily reports of shootings.
How much you hold that? Here.
And we do have both Joel Porter and Maria Catanzarite on the scene. They're gathering information for us. They left as soon as we heard this on the scanners. They jumped in the cars with their gear and took off. So very sad day, very sad day.
And already we've heard from Governor Rick Snyder praying for the victims at the courthouse shooting. Also, State Senator John Prost, that is his district in St. Joe. He lives in St. Joe. He is saying, please pray for all of those at the Berrien County Courthouse and for all the police officers who responded. And again, if we are to if we are to believe the witness eyewitness testimony, is that this grabbed the gun and started shooting, and apparently the officers on scene, courthouse staff did a good job in minimizing the carnage.
Right.
Three people dead is awful, but this was a situation where within an hour he apparently been neutralized, as they say.
But we do know that they had tried to evacuate as many people as possible. We had heard that the judges and 19 or so people were locked in a first floor room, and fortunately, you know, they were able to get most of the people out. But just like I said, a very sad day up in St. Joe, Michigan. So much loss. And we're going to, I guess we're going to have Sheriff Paul Bailey.
Sheriff Paul Bailey's going to come up.
Oh, now they're miking him up, so it's going to take a little while. I did talk to him earlier today. He said they were working on their press release. He did confirm that there was a shooting, and he told me that they had the scene under control. That was probably, 45 minutes after the shooting.
Yeah. And I just got a text from a gentleman I know who is a Berrien County Sheriff's deputy up there, who just said what a hell of a scary situation this has been.
Yeah, because that's one of the courthouses where they're really secure. They'll pat you down. So.
Well, and given everything that's happened in this country in the last week, when you hear, and the national media were reporting, I don't know if you saw CNN, MSNBC, Fox, they were reporting that officer shot outside courthouse. Yeah. And it appears those reports were erroneous.
Right.
Someone was shot outside a courtroom, but not outside the courthouse. But when you see that headline, you're thinking, did somebody target an officer standing outside of a courthouse? That apparently is not the case. And hopefully, within just a few moments, Sheriff Paul Bailey from Berrien will cut through the fog of all this and give us the salient facts, what really went down in that courthouse outside, we believe, Judge Charles Lasada's courtroom.
And it will be interesting to see who this inmate was, what he was in for, what he was facing today in trial, in court. It doesn't seem to make any sense, but we're going to hear from the officials quite soon. I understand they're just miking up the sheriff, trying to get him ready for the interview, and I have a feeling he's going to be very forthcoming. He tried to be forthcoming with me on the phone today, but he had things that there was so much going on, you know.
And again, we're getting tweets from some of the national media, 3 killed, shooting outside Michigan courthouse.
And it wasn't outside.
This was not outside the courthouse. It was outside a courtroom inside the courthouse. So again, it will behoove everybody to kind of hold off on everything until we know the facts.
Right, and we did have some other media outlets. We could tell they were reporting scanner traffic today, which is something we just can't do because you hear so many different versions of what they think is going on.
Right.
And so that's why, you know, we always hold off until we know. And
okay,
now
here's Sheriff Bailey.
Stand here with a heavy heart today. What occurred at the courthouse. About 2:25, we had a disturbance on the 3rd floor of the courthouse. A person has shot 2 bailiffs. They're both deceased, and shot a deputy sheriff who is at the hospital right now being treated in the emergency room. The suspect has been shot and killed, and we'll be having more information in the future. We don't have all the details about what happened or what occurred or how we got the weapon. We will be investigating that along with the Homicide Task Force, the Sheriff's Department, along with other detectives from other departments, along with the Michigan State Police, and St. Joe Public Safety will be investigating this together. We have the Michigan State Police Crime Lab coming down to process the scene. So we ask people to pray for the families of the deceased, and we will have further information for you once I get more from the investigators about what occurred today.
Do you know the deputy sheriff's condition?
He's in stable condition at this time.
Were there going to be any other people injured?
Yeah, there's several other people in stable condition at the hospital.
Was there any kind of hostage situation or anything? What did people inside do?
Well, they went for shelter once the shooting occurred, and other brave officers were able to come to their rescue and take the shooter down.
Which hospital?
everybody's at Lakeland Regional Hospital in St. Joe.
What was the suspect in court for today?
I don't have that information right now. We'll have more in the next press release. Right now, we were trying to secure the scene, and I was trying to check on my deputy and then also make proper notification of the family of the deceased bailiffs.
So many crews responded. How many people were on it?
Well, everybody in the area responded. All the police agencies did.
So, some of the injured are civilians,
Yes.
and you said several?
Yeah, we'll have more details at the next press release. I got to put it all together. So I can't give you any further information than that because I don't have it myself at this time. So we'll have another press conference out here at 6 o'clock tonight.
Before you go, you said the shooter is deceased. Can you give us any information on the shooter?
No, not at this time. At the next press conference, well.
It sounds like he was in court today, though, for something?
Well, that's what I'll find out.
Okay.
Right now, I didn't get those details because I was trying to concentrate on the injured and my friends.
Do you know how long it took from when the shots started to when he was brought down?
No, I do not.
And you mentioned your friends. How are you guys feeling emotionally right now?
Terrible. Terrible. Thank you. I'll have more information at 6 o'clock for you. Thank you. Now I got to get on hook.
Okay, that was Sheriff Paul Bailey. He said he had a heavy heart, that everybody there has a heavy heart. 3 people dead that we know of, and a deputy sheriff in the hospital in stable condition, and the suspect is dead.
At Lakeland, 2 bailiffs deceased, and it sounds like there were other people, and you heard several other people were injured. Also, those folks, we don't know how many. The sheriff said he would give us more details in a subsequent news conference. But it sounds like, besides the sheriff's deputy who was in stable condition, anybody else who was injured or wounded, whether it was from gunfire or whether it was from trying to escape the building or in stable condition. But we do have 3 people who lost their lives, including the suspect. And again, we have a witness who told our reporting partner this was a handcuffed suspect who somehow got a gun. 2 bailiffs are dead, and the suspect dead. Officers, apparently, people were running for their lives. It was a kind of a quasi hostage situation, what it sounded like.
That's
these
what
officers
we
went out
originally
there, sprung these people, got them free, and took down the suspect.
Right. So, and as you heard the sheriff say, he's going to have an update at 6 o'clock, and I'm sure we'll know a lot more about the suspect, why he was in court, and how he got a hold of a gun.
All right. Just an awful day in the city of St. Joseph, and obviously a day that those in law enforcement in the Twin Cities won't soon forget. And we, again, have multiple crews in St. Joe gathering more information, and as more is learned, we will bring that to you live on the air and on our website, on Twitter, and all the social media platforms.
And we'll be back here tonight at 5, 5:30, and 6 with the very latest information. Back to programming.
This has been breaking news from News Center 16.